Alright, we got 2 shoots today. One in Tustin, just gonna be basic photos, bracketing. And then we have another one in Long Beach. We're gonna do photos and 3D Matterport. Alright, so we're here at the first location in Tustin. Look at this. Beautifully staged, really nice. And what I like about this place is, look at all the windows. It's massive. Let me zoom out here. Really, really nice for, has all the greenery in the background. The kitchen's right here. Really nicely staged. So let's go ahead and knock this out. All right, so we're gonna bracket and do flambient type of photo shoot for this one, just because it's beautifully staged. And this is pretty much the angle of the camera. We're showing some of the windows and down the hallway so people can get an idea of the floor plan. And then sometimes I like to shoot where, not this particular one, but I kind of like to shoot it to where you can visualize what walls you can knock down to open up the floor plan. So, I mean, I know when I was looking for a house, I was looking at photos to where I can see what I can do with the floor space. So everybody's a little bit different, but that's how I try to visualize a home when I'm looking for a home myself. So this is the money shot right here at this angle. Right here, just because it shows all the windows, the fireplace, the little nook for your firewood, or in this case it's blankets. So let's go ahead and bracket this. Try to stay out of the shadows. Okay, I think we're gonna get some detail shots too, so they can post on their Instagram. I like this angle. So typically, what you want to do is shoot more at like belly level. You don't want to shoot it too high or shoot it too low, but depending on the home, if there's like an ocean view out the window, then you want to shoot a little bit higher just to show the ocean. Or if you want to hide something, then shoot it low, like if there's power lines or a street outside that you don't want to show. So there's manipulations of the camera just to hide certain things. So right now we're going to do a detail shot of the room. This is really nice. And then we're going to pop up a flash. Let's get a little bit brighter. There we go. Very nice. So typically what I like to do is, for each section of the home, like the family room, living room, and so on, I try to get at least minimum 3 angles. That way it shows the whole floor plan of the space. So we're gonna shoot this angle right here. That way it shows the staircase, the kitchen area, and everything else. We're gonna do a straight on shot, square off everything. Gives it more of a nice architectural look. We gotta make sure our lines are correct. All our vertical lines are straight, so let's go. Bracket, and then pop off the flash. All right, that looks good. So, a little tip. Not sure if you can see, but it looks a little bit too wide. So usually for dining rooms or particular areas, I like to kind of zoom in just so it fills in the space a little bit. I know there's live wide shots and whatnot, but like this looks a little bit better and look more designer-ish when you zoom in for a little bit more detail. Not too much, but just enough to show the space. So bracket, and then for this particular one, since this ceiling is brown, so we're gonna pop off a flash off the white ceiling. So in order for me to do that, move to the side real quick. Typically I would trigger, I have a trigger on my phone, so that way I can trigger my camera and control everything with my phone. But so here's a tip. Typically with kitchens this small and a refrigerator that takes up most of the kitchen, so what I usually like to do is I like to cut out the refrigerator so it's not so massive and it takes up most of the space. Your eye pulls away from the kitchen itself, so I like to crop out the fridge so it makes it look smaller but everything else looks bigger. So keep that in mind when you're shooting a kitchen. So here's an example of doing some manipulation with the camera to kind of hide things outside. So right now, if we go high, we can see the neighbors' houses and whatnot. So if we shoot it low like this, we can essentially hide the neighbor's house and just have all blue skies. And of course, when we're shooting, we always gotta make sure the toilet seat is down. But in this case, since we're not really focused on this angle, we're just gonna shoot at this angle right here. That way it shows the shower and the exit route right here. All right, so we just wrapped up the Tustin Ranch condo home. She requested for a drone shot, but with condos and townhomes, I don't recommend like doing drone shots. That's just my opinion. The reason being for that opinion is because, you know, you don't want to give away the farm. Like, just show and reveal every aspect of a listing just because you want them to come there and close the deal. Show any photos that you post or video that you post, you only want to post the best parts of the home just to reel them in, you know? So doing the drone, it just reveals way too much. The only reason why I would do drone for like a condo or a townhome is if like it's right by the ocean, you know, where it's like walkable or something, you know, where it's a feature. But in this particular case, I mean, Tustin Ranch is pretty much like in the middle of like just other homes, so there's no features outside of that. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing drone if it's a condo or a townhome. So that's just my 2 cents, but I'm sure everybody has their opinion about that, but that's just mine. So right now we're gonna head to Long Beach. It's about noon right there, almost noon. This is the reason why I don't eat or eat once a day, just back-to-back shoots. Yeah, and yesterday, kind of a bummer, just to give you a little bit of a insight. We're doing content creating for Tarek and Heather and Christina, and one of my cameras was out of focus, so pretty shitty. And then also I just found out that the microphone got unplugged a little bit, so you can hear a lot of feedback, a lot of noise for some reason in the microphone, so kind of shitty. So we got to reshoot some of his ads, and then the skit that I did yesterday, I think I can salvage with some different angles of the camera. So anyhow, had to put out that fire this morning, but other than that, wow, this guy does not know how to drive. Anyhow, yeah, stay locked in. We're gonna head to Long Beach. So we are at our Long Beach listing, and so here's another trick right here. So if you can see outside right here, there's cars and whatnot in the window. So another trick what we can do, like I said, is just lower the camera down, so that way we can kind of get rid of all the cars in the street. All right, for this particular shot, we're gonna shoot it wide, and then we're gonna do a zoomed in, so that way we can see all the way down to the back window. So again, we want to try to avoid cutting off the frame with this pillar right here. So we want to shoot past that, so that way it just looks like it's completely open like that. So instead of this, we'll shoot like this. So with the kitchen, I like to shoot a little bit higher just to show the granite countertops or the countertops, whatever material it is. So we want to show that off. So we're going to shoot a little bit higher than normal. So we're done here with the photo shoot portion of the house. We're gonna start doing 3D virtual tour now. So just to give you a little walkthrough, this house is it's in Long Beach, but it's on the historic side of Long Beach. So the houses here are all historic, very old, vintage, but this property is unique because it was in a fire, so they were able to rebuild it and made it more of like a modern historical type of house. So it's really, really cool. Thanks for following along. We're gonna wrap it up today. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, comment below. Yeah, thank you so much.